Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Time again for another knife of the day. And today, it's the Knife Center exclusive Police 4 with HAP 40 steel and Pakkawood scales. You know, Knife Center has been running a number of exclusives. They had the Delica, the Endura, the Dragonfly, all of them as exclusives. They just released this, the Police 4, the newer version of the Police, which has a forward choil now. It's a big knife. It's one of the bigger knives. And of course, with HAP 40 steel that we're so familiar with now, you can see with the blade, full flat ground blade, drop point. And you see that line right there? Well, the construction is like a sandwich construction. So HAP 40 steel is not a stainless steel. You need to take care of it. But it's very strong. It holds a great edge. And the bottom of that line, so the HAP 40 steel is there, and then it's sandwiched between two slabs of SUS 410. SUS 410 is a stainless steel, so it gives that HAP 40 more strength and also helps at least most of the blade from getting rusty because it's a stainless steel. And then that line is where the SUS 410 ends, and then you get the edge of the HAP 40 steel. So you can see that the edge part, you can start seeing that starting to show the weather and all of that stuff, but just wipe it off. Take good care of it. I have a lot of HAP 40 steel, and you just wipe it off. It does pretty well. It's a very good steel. Of course, the Police is one of the big knives from Spyderco. That's a 4.4 inch full flat ground blade. Of course, you measure the blade size by the top of the scales and the tip of the blade. So when you take off that choil, this is a 50-50 choil, you take off that choil off of the blade, and what you're left with is a 3.9 inch edge. The entire length is just under 10 inches. Just under 10 inches. So this is one of the bigger Spyderco knives. At the end, I'm going to show you this thing compared to the military and the Endura. Two knives that I consider two of the more popular large knives from Spyderco. And this thing is bigger. Really like the Police. It's called the Police because the originals, and probably still, they are carried by the police in active duty. But of course, they're released to everyone. If you love bigger knives, you should take a look at the Police. I love the Police. Look at that handle. It even makes my hands look small. It's a big handle. I like forward choils. It's just me. Because when I'm cutting, I just kind of like to, choke up on it a little to give me a little bit more control cutting boxes or whatever. But, so I really like this fourth version. But man, is it a nice knife. Jimping, going up to the hole. I just haven't been using it. I have the lightweight. Here it is, actually. It's on my desk. I have the lightweight Police 4, which is really great. So these are the two Polices that I have left. I sold my older version of the Police, and I never really had the stainless steel version. But this is a real nice one. It weighs, even with these laminate scales, the Pakkawood scales, mahogany, Pakkawood, it's a laminate scales. This big knife is only 4.2 ounces, and it's so well balanced. It has full stainless steel liners. It is skeletonized, but not heavily skeletonized, really. Backlock, very strong backlock. Backspace, stainless steel backspace. 4-way clip, right hand, left hand, tip up, tip down. But these scales are everything. They really are. They look so great. I have not collected the knives. I actually trimmed the other knives from my collection. I had the exclusives and trimmed them. But man, when I took this out of the box, I felt bad. I wanted those other ones, because it really feels great in the hand. It's smooth. It is not textured at all. It looks great though, doesn't it? Feels wonderful in the hand. It's a lot of knife, but it's a thinner knife. Look at the blade. It's a thinner kind of blade, but a lot of blade. The knife of the day, yeah, it's the new Knife Center exclusive Police 4 with HAP 40 steel, just a great steel. Pakkawood scales, Pakkawood mahogany scales. That, I just checked it on Knife Center too. It's been out for several weeks now, but it's still available. Let's put the lightweight next to it. And then here's the military. As we all know, that's one of the bigger knives. You can see that it's smaller than the Police. And then you have the Endura, which is by far one of the longest popular big knife from Spyderco. Shaman might be moving it out, and who knows about the Native Chief. We only have the introductory Native Chief. We're expecting 2 exciting variations of the Chief, which is a big, thinner version of the Native. We're supposed to get that in 2 sprint runs. It's the last knife in the Rex 45 series that we haven't gotten yet. So we'll get it in Rex 45. And there's a sprint run where we should get it with new scales, upgraded scales, and a lot of other great things. So good, better steel, better scales. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But there's the Police. There's still breath in the Police. I really like this Knife Center exclusive. I like my knives smaller or more medium. But if you love a large knife, you really can't beat the Police for an all-around knife. Just like law enforcement uses it. Tactical as well as an EDC kind of knife. There you have it. I should be bringing you more knives. I say this all the time and then I don't, but I'm expecting a package of 4 new knives from Spyderco. We have a lot of other knives on the desk. So I'm going to try my best to do a video every 2 or 3 days. I think we have a bunch of videos that I'd like to get down for the record for myself, but also to share them with you. I hope you guys are doing well. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications so that YouTube lets you know when I post a video. I appreciate all of you guys. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.